And in Nollywood, 2014 Mr. Nigeria Emmanuel Akubeze is back in the spotlight with another advocacy film following his critically acclaimed outing in the MTV Sugar series. The actor turned producer presented his Pan-African new movie, Mzigo, which means burden in Swahili in Lagos, Southwest Nigeria.
After over a year of screening his advocacy movie, Mzigo, internationally, Nigerian model and 2014 Mr. Nigeria and actor Emmanuel Akubeze is finally hosting a special screening for his movie about sickle cell in Lagos, Southwest Nigeria. He has gathered a few partners on his advocacy journey to watch the movie for the first time. Inspired by a desire to correct many myths, stigmatization and ignorance, which he also was guilty of for many years, the movie Mzigo, which is a Swahili language for burden, tells a deeply human story that goes beyond a single nation, weaving in universal themes of love, pain, resilience and hope.
Out there is this half-dying person that you brought home. Did she create herself?
Don't bring me into it, okay? Did I not tell you?
People living with sickle cell disease are not orphans or witches.
When you told me that you were dating an SS girl, did I complain?
Sickle cell has been,
because you said dating.
It's been swept under the carpet for so long. A big elephant in the room. No one just seems to be talking about it. So many false narratives. The stigma doesn't even make any sense. And like I said, because for me personally, I felt like I was one of those people who were unconsciously playing a big part in that stigmatization of people living with sickle cell. So I wanted to do something about that. And that's where Mzigo came from. That's where the whole conversation started. And I started to engage with people in the community, hematologists, doctors, caregivers, like real people living with sickle cell. And that took me to a big community. And the more I got into that community, the more passion that just burns inside of me towards the community. And I just felt like, wow, I need to amplify their voices.
But now that you want to marry, hey!
Mzigo adopts a Pan-African view, starring Tanzanian actress Elizabeth Michael in lead, as well as infusing soundtracks from across the Black continent on the project.
Your consistent feelings is costing this company too much money.
And due to that, she lost consciousness.
You know, it's been how many years now?
I'm glad that we're here. We wanted to also have original music. So we followed up, we had Bien from Kenya, Bien South Soul. We had Neon Adejo Esua, we had Rick Asani, Nosa, we had Fome Peters, such great guys who came to support this film, to give us their, to blend, to throw in their creativity to seeing that we have such beautiful music for this film. So yeah, yes, I believe Africa is such a wide audience of people, right? And probably because as a creative, I'm blessed. I lived in Kenya for about 7 years. So East Africa is like my terrain. I have so many friends from that region. My experience living there helps me to tell this kind of stories. And I just feel like that's what I want to do, right? And knowing that sickle cell is not just a Nigerian problem, it's also an African issue, and it cuts across different countries in Africa. I felt like I needed someone that could help bridge that gap, right? And that's why that's why intentionally we wanted Elizabeth. Tanzania has one of the highest rate of people living with sickle cell disease in East Africa, right? As well. And even the competition with Nigeria, and I think they're like third or fourth place across Africa in itself. So it's going to be easier to bring in these conversations across Africa. So we want to use this film as a tool. So yes, people are going to enjoy it because the storytelling, the film, it's a great film. But we wanted the film as a tool in itself to really spark conversations around sickle cell, where people feel like, wow, I didn't know this. Wow, just like me. And hopefully, if it sparks that kind of courage or that kind of fire, maybe so many other people could pick up what I am doing right now. And
the project is supported by some stakeholders in the sickle cell community in Nigeria, from support groups to pharmaceutical companies and more. Their willingness to support is hinged on the belief in the power of movies to help shape narratives.
He's asking the doctors to end his life because he's tired of what he's going through.
Our encounter with Mzigo shows a very innovative way driving the education and awareness of sickle cell disease. Nowadays, people watch a lot of movies than they read. So seeing Emmanuel Akubeze coming up with Mzigo, which is a burden of sickle cell disease, it tells the reality of individuals who live with sickle cell disease. In a little research we've done in terms of our interaction with the sickle cell community, we have discovered that there is serious lack of awareness in the communities about sickle cell disease. And we also found out that media is one of the best ways to push information out. So you see, we are meeting and fitting a gap by driving the information of sickle cell disease. In fact,
okay, so the ignorance, it affects on all fronts. It affects on all fronts. So when I talk about all fronts, I talk about the medical aspects. When it comes to the community, it affects them such that in their taking care of their health, it's very bad. I mean, for somebody who is ignorant about how to take care of their own health or how their sickle cell affects them personally, it can be very detrimental to them, and again to their family as well. It's cost financially for them. And then when it comes to creating policies and things like that, the ignorance, it's really deep, and it's, it makes it very impossible to reach the right people or to use the right instruments such as the media to reach the people.
Some of the other big projects that Akubeze has been involved in are also advocacy projects, including the MTV Sugar series. His father, Augustine Akubeze, who has been his biggest supporter since his decision to venture into the creative world, stands proud of his son's choice of content.
I think when he was in secondary school, King's High School in Satellite Town, Emmanuel will, wants to get, even in church too. Okay, so in church, he does that in church. And while he was in school too, he comes up with some kind of script and things like that. And, let me say, maybe they took that from the mom too, because my wife has also been into entertainment industry. Okay, she's a good dancer. She's into entertainment industry. Perhaps they took all of that from her. Excuse me. So, and for me, what I do, I just advise you and support you to be what you want to be.
As the curtains draw on the special screening, Emmanuel Akubeze's vision shines brightly, uniting communities through the transformative power of storytelling.